Hey everyone, welcome back to M&R Show. I'm Ron.
And I'm Malcolm.
And today you see we have our PR director back, Mont, for two amazing topics.
All right, Mont, they got the little Tommy on. Okay, I see you. I want to make sure we get that stuff. Okay.
Right. Gotta show up. Hey, gotta show up to a nice show with you guys. You know what I mean? Y'all two fly guys yourself.
Hey man, anything for you to block that Steelers flag from the back. That's anything, you know what I'm saying? So I'm happy to see the Tommy.
I was gonna leave
right in the,
but I see it's already on.
Oh no, we good. Don't worry about it. We can start it. Don't worry about it. No problem. Ain't no problem.
All right, now for our first topic today, I personally picked this topic myself. I think this is just something we need to talk about today, fellas. So we have, are the Cowboys the best team in the NFC East? Now, I'm gonna start this topic. Then I'll let my fellow co-hosts follow me up on this topic. My answer is yes. And we will see this reflected in the M&R rankings this week. I have the number one in my power rankings this week. Now you all are saying, why? Why has that happened? What's wrong going to draw them if they lost this week? You all are probably thinking all these questions. The answer is none of that matters. Regardless, I put them number one because that's what they deserve to be in the NFC. The only other argument is Los Angeles Rams. The Bucs don't have an argument to be better in the power rankings than the Cowboys this week, unless you're going off of last year. This year, they don't have an argument. They beat them week one. They beat them by 1.2, by the way. So that's the Cowboys are the only team in the NFL to not even ever trail in the game for more than 7 points. Never trails, and that means they've never played a bad game all year. Not one time they've played a bad game all year. I mean, we even got players like we have Tony Pollard. Please leading yards per touch. This is our second string running back. What about the other guy that's top 5 in rushing in the NFL? Ezekiel Elliott, who made the biggest play tonight. Then we get to the defense. Oh man, the defense, I was saying they were top 15 last week. They're sneaking to the top 10. They're actually number 8 by PFF as of last week. I don't even know what they'll be when they drop the new rankings this week. They were number 8 last week.
Hold on. Hold on.
Oh, you can go ahead. You can jump right in.
Hold on. Hey.
We need English. We don't need.
We just started. We just started this podcast in a whole different way. Whoa.
Yeah.
Did I hear you just say that the Cowboys are the best team in the NFC?
Yes. I said the Rams are the only team with an argument.
Hey, Mike. Let me talk to a non-Cowboys fan. Can you, other than the Chargers, who they played against, can you name me one team that they beat over 500?
I
The Minnesota Vikings. Oh, I mean the Carolina Panthers. The teams that were over 500 when they played them.
They're not right now.
What does that have to do with when
I was about to say they're not right now.
When they played them, were they over 500? Yes.
So
they were
you're
500 or over when they played them. Correct. The Panthers were actually
over 500. Hold on. Number one, let's get this straight. The Vikings was never over 500.
They were 500
team. They was 3-3. Now they're 3-4.
Because
they
of
was 3-3. Now they're 3-4. To be honest, it doesn't even matter. If we're going to argue about the Cowboys beating the Vikings, that's a problem. It's just a problem. You see how Kirk is in primetime games. He struggles. We seen the game. We see how bad it was. And then you get a win against a Carolina team who, like you said,
was 3-0.
Good competition to start off, and they still what's the record now? They're 4-4.
No, you should be saying they've lost to every team since their spirit was broken by the Dallas Cowboys. That's what you.
I don't understand. I swear to God, I don't understand.
That's what you should say. They've lost every game since they played.
This is the point. This is the point I have with these Cowboys fans. They get so excited when they get this little game winning streak, like they're going to win the Super Bowl and everything like that. You have this argument where they're the best team in the NFC. Like let's just say forget the Rams. Let's say forget the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. To be honest, they played against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and lost. But but they never played let's forget Arizona Cardinals, who only lost one game. Let's forget about the Green Bay Packers, who just beat the Arizona Cardinals, who we'll talk about later, who beat the Arizona Cardinals without their top three receivers and with injuries on the defense and without defensive coordinator. But the Cowboys fan gets so excited off of a win against Kirk Cousins. Let's understand this.
Isn't the most
Yeah,
accurate quarterback
we
in modern
know,
history.
me and you know who Kirk Cousins is. Like, no, I'm not.
Top 15
Cowboys
quarterback.
fan. Hold on. I thought Steelers fans was a problem, but seeing that Cowboys fan when they win games, it's horrible. I just can't deal with it. I just don't understand it. Now, mine.
This is blasphemy.
You got anything to say about this situation? Because this, at the end of the day, I don't like hearing this. Is the Cowboys the best team in the NFC?
To this.
I have a lot to say, honestly. It wasn't going to be a lot, but I guess it's going to be a lot. Honestly, Mo, you said you disappointed in Cowboys fans. I actually like to see them like this. I like to see when they get excited, when they go on a big win streak, have a good season. We haven't seen in a while. When they have a good season, they just feel like they're going to make some noise in postseason and it just all flops. You know what I mean? Yes. I just can't wait for that moment. To answer the question, are they the best team in the NFC? No. Why would they be the best team in the NFC? I mean, you highlighted it. They haven't really played a team that has a over 500 record at this point. Their only losses to the Buccaneers, which is what's expected. And to be honest, they have some good numbers. They're first in yards per game on offensive wise, third in passing. Dak's doing great, second in rushing. That two-headed monster's going crazy. But you look at the defensive side, they're 19th in yards per game. That's nothing special. 28 in passing yards per game. 6th in rushing, which is beautiful, but they're 16th in points per game. So they're not really a special team. Like we said, they play average opponents, and their defense looks average. You're going to need an above-average defense to be the best team in the NFC, and I just don't think the Cowboys have that.
The Rams have the 21st defense in the NFL, but I mean, that doesn't matter when it's not the Cowboys. That doesn't matter, though. It doesn't matter. The 21st, they're bottom 10. They're not even average. They're bottom 10. What do you mean? It doesn't matter when it's them. Because it didn't matter then. That's why I brought it up. It didn't matter.
Your stars are playing like stars. You guys, you're coming out good flow. You know what I mean? I like what I'm seeing. It's definitely better than what we've been seeing in recent years for the Cowboys, but I really do feel like we seeing a lot of scheduling favors that you guys, you know what I mean? You're winning the games you're supposed to win.
Saints and Trevor Siemian.
Fair.
We're talking about
Division rival, but you know what I mean? Tom Brady hasn't beat the Saints in a Buccaneers uniform in the regular season yet. So, you know what I mean? It's just, it goes with the territory. And what also goes with the territory, Dallas is going to have a good season. By the time we get to the playoffs, it's going to fall off. Are they the best team in the NFC? No, I just can't give it to it. I just can't give it to them. Let's get to the next topic.
Now,
Jesus Christ.
Our next topic. We're bringing another NFC team that we've clearly held out on, that you all are wondering, well, why Malcolm, you know, he's been tweeting a lot about this team. Why isn't he been bringing this team up? But we're going to let Mark start the topic anyway. So the topic is, are the Green Bay Packers overrated?
Are the Packers overrated?
Green Bay Packers.
Let's talk about being disrespectful. This is just disrespectful to Aaron Rodgers. Like, I thought we loved Aaron Rodgers on this show. I really did. How are we gonna say the Packers, or even question if the Packers are overrated? Did they not just win a game without their top 3 wide receivers? How are they overrated? They just beat the cream of the crop in the NFC. Top 5 in the M&R top 5, both of y'all. And the Packers stepped up and did it without. I'm gonna be honest with you. This is definitely the best team in the NFC. They're honestly, and the fallacies about their defense is just it's such a myth. They're 7th in yards per game on defense, 6th in passing defense, 19th in rushing. But when you're 6th in passing in a passing league, you're doing your job. And you can never discount the reigning MVP, Aaron Rodgers, and what he can do, especially with Aaron Jones in the backfield. Yes, you know what I mean, their receiving core a little shaky, but Devontae Adams is probably the best receiver in the league. So when you got one of the best quarterbacks, the best receiver in the league, come on now, how can you not be the best team in the NFC? No quarterback compares up to Aaron Rodgers in the NFC. No receiver compares up to Devontae Adams. The Packers are just the best team right now, and as much as we hate to admit it, because it's kind of boring that the Packers are winning, they always win. They're the best team. Easy.
I mean, Mont said everything. I gave him the opportunity to talk because he said everything he had to say. I mean, for Joe Barry, and Joe Barry is not a good defensive coordinator, which I don't think. But at the end of the day, he still is doing a good job with his defense. This team is missing Devontae Adams, Alan Lazard, Marquez Valdez-Scantling, the tackled David Bakhtiari, whatever you say his name. You got the Darius Smith is on IR, and you got Jair Alexander's on IR. This team is losing some of its starters, not just backup players. We're talking about starters on their team. They came into Arizona and beat them. And they have beat way more quality opponents than we could say of the Cowboys. But we're talking about the Packers are overrated. We have one of the best quarterbacks ever to play the game, and he's playing at a very good level right now, and we're calling them overrated. Matt LaFleur has had back-to-back 13-win seasons, and he's starting the season only losing one game so far, and we're calling them overrated. It makes no sense to call them overrated when they have been consistently winning so far. This team has added a guy, Marcel Whitney. Whitney Merciless from Houston. And then the fact that, Jalen Smith has to get better and get into the system. But they have added guys to this defense, so when their starters get back healthy, this team is going to be a very dangerous team to watch. We already seen how good they are right now in the passing, and their defense could get better, especially in their rushing defense. That can get better when you add a guy like Zadarius Smith back, and when you add a guy like Jair Alexander back. So to say that the Packers are overrated is just such a Cowboys type of take. But I'm gonna be quiet though. I'm gonna be quiet. Keep my mouth shut.
I say we clap up for another Washington Redskins coordinator. That's doing good about the
football team.
Let's clap it up, baby. Let's just throw that there before we start this segment. Now going to, yes, it depends where you rate them. By mine, yes, because they're not the best team in the NFC. So yeah, by his standard, overrated. I don't know where Malcolm ranks them in his rankings of NFC teams. If they're a top 2 team, I say yes. If they're probably top 3 to 4, no. So I'm going to say yes, especially by what we've already heard today. They've had some quality wins, question mark. I don't know. Maybe AJ Green should be a veteran, or was he a rookie last night? That's definitely the defense that did that. Like that's 100% the defensive coordinator. They won that game because that's all Green Bay. Just not the Cardinals marching down the field on the 1-yard line with 10 seconds to go. That's a hell of a team, man. Go to that defense. You get 3 turnovers and still almost lose the game. But hey, man, clap it for the defense, right? Yeah, okay. The Bengals, the kicker misses 3 field goals. Hey, but we won the game because the Bengals suck at kicking too. Yeah, let's clap it for that win too, man. Yeah, let's clap it up. Jamar Chase 200 yards, bet. Let's clap it up, man. Let's clap it up. We were out Jair Alexander, right? Okay, let's clap it up for that win. Oh, they're gonna get better on run defense was Darius Smith come back. When's the Darius Smith get good against the run, Mark? Him and Preston Smith ain't never make it against the run, ever. That's why they get paid to rush. Those 2 DNs are known to not be good against the run, especially the other Smith. Malcolm knows it better than me because of course he comes from his team. But Zadarius has never been good against the run. We could say maybe Kenny Clark, but he's played and hasn't looked good. The linebacker core is meh. Of course, they're still a great team. That's not in the question. I'm not sure I don't think I put them in my top 5 this week, but I definitely have them at least as a top 7 team. So it's not like they're a bad team. They're still a Super Bowl contender. But are they overrated? Because some people are saying they're the best team in the league. They're not the best team in the league. What have they shown? They were out 3 receivers. Yeah, bro. Aaron Rodgers completed 1 pass of 7+ yards. Duh. They didn't have the receivers. He didn't do anything that game. Yeah, Aaron Rodgers, he gonna make it work, man. He completed 1 pass over 7 yards. What did he make work? You let me know.
Ron, what do you mean? What did they prove? They just won their last 6.
They just won their last 6 games. What you mean?
So have 8 other teams in the NFC.
I'm sorry that
the Rams are 7-1. The Cowboys are only. The Rams have lost 1 game. The Cowboys have lost 1 game. They've lost 1 game. So
the Cowboys are better than the Packers then?
Didn't the last segment I just say the Cowboys were the best team in the NFC? Do we need to revisit the last segment? What are we talking about here?
As a quarterback guy, it just seems like you would give it to the best quarterback in that whole equation. I'm gonna be honest.
Aaron Rodgers is the 3rd best quarterback in the NFL, and Dak is the 6th.
What NFL?
Dak is used to you?
What NFL?
National Football League.
The reigning MVP is
not better than Patrick Mahomes, and it's not better than Tom Brady.
Right now, at this very moment.
He's not better than Patrick Mahomes. He's not better than Patrick Mahomes. He's not better than Tom Brady. We don't have to argue about where he ranks.
Not better than Tom Brady. Tom Brady's arm has never been better than Aaron Rodgers' arm.
He's not better than Tom Brady.
Aaron Rodgers
is not better than Tom
Brady. Best quarterback with the best wide receiver.
He's not the best quarterback.
That will take you to the Super Bowl in the National Football.
Not the best quarterback in the NFL.
And I give it to you. Y'all got more weapons. But if y'all weapons are just as productive as Devontae Adams, what are we saying?
No.
Aaron Jones or Ezekiel Elliott, I might still take Aaron Jones right now. Aaron Jones is a dual threat out the backfield.
So you want Aaron Jones, just we have this on the record. Aaron Jones and A.J. Dillon over Ezekiel Elliott and Tony Pollard, who I have in the top 15 running back, by the way. It's Pollard, not Zeke.
Who's my quarterback in that situation?
Does it matter? You could have Baker Mayfield and those guys run for 1,000 yards.
I'm gonna just be honest with you. I can't give it to Dallas. I'm gonna have to give it to the team that has been 13-3 the last 2 years. Are they overrated?
Okay,
no,
but that's not what the question says.
What else are we gonna expect for them to? They're winning games. I don't know. What more do you want to see from them, Ron?
That's what I'm saying, Ron. They've been to the NFC Championship the past 2 years. They've been 13-3 the past 2 years. They're 7-1 right now. What do you want else for them to do? They beat the best team in the league so far.
I want them to look good in games, bro. They've looked bad in games. I always say, this is my thing. Before you talk, I know you have a lot to go, Jeff. Before I say this, I talked about this going back to the Cowboys. They have never trailed by more than 7 points. They've never looked bad. I don't care if they've played the Texans every week. Green Bay has looked bad in multiple games, including Pittsburgh, including the Bengals, including last week, including week 1. Like, they've looked bad just because they've won. Again, by bad, I mean just not a top 3 team, because bad for them is not top 3 in my book. Of course, they've still been top 5 to 7. But for them, they have not looked good in all those games. Some teams haven't played bad games. The Rams really haven't played that many bad games. They haven't. Green Bay has had bad games. It doesn't mean they're not top 7, but they've had bad games. They just won. The Bengals game is not a good game. It's not.
I feel like it's just easier to say a good team is having bad games versus on y'all side where it's a bad team having good games. Y'all playing weaker competition.
So who is Green Bay beat though? And the
Steelers. The Steelers above 500. The Bengals are above 500.
I want you. What good game have they had? This is a good win. Like Green Bay played a good. Like, you give them an A grade for the game. You say maybe because they beat this team, they got an A grade. What exactly?
I would give an A.
I didn't think that winning had you. For you to win, you have to just go crazy just to win.
No.
I feel like winning at the end of the day is a dub. And then we talk about what he did against. Okay, they didn't play good against bad teams. They played it better against good teams. They won against good teams. So they had they played better competition and they won against these better teams. Ron, just think of this.
They missed 3
I don't know.
Win for you?
I don't know what you're expecting. I don't know what you're expecting. Ron, listen for a second. Just give time, just a second, just to listen.
Speak.
I can't speak. You keep on cutting me off.
Stop saying that. Speak, Malcolm. We're not bored.
Because at the end of the day, bro, you keep on talking. No, listen. Can I speak with them? You keep on cutting me off. It's Cowboys fans. They always want to talk about everything else but the doggone thing. Let me tell you. But the Packers have won. The Packers have won against more 500 teams than the Cowboys. But just because Cowboys have these convincing wins against little bad teams, why are we talking about the Packers when the Packers have won against good competition? They won against bad competition. What's the problem?
What's the convincing win though? Let's go on Arizona.
The Cardinals wasn't convincing one.
That's not
the Cardinals wasn't convincing.
Besides Arizona. Besides Arizona.
The Bengals wasn't convincing one.
They missed 3 field goals in that game.
The Cowboys haven't beat a team that is not 3rd place in their division right now. I mean, that's perspective right there. It's not comparable. The Packers have wins against decent teams.
So to be clear, that's just third argument out before we get to second. You're telling me Dallas goes in the Bengals right now. You're like, yeah, I got the Bengals for sure. And Dallas is going to miss 3 field goals as well. And the game's going to be close.
Do you have Dallas beating the Packers right now?
Yeah. Anyway, I mean, I'm elated that you all tuned into this episode. And I will make sure that you all are subscribing and for sure sharing this podcast with your friends.
Hey, make sure y'all follow us on Twitter, on Instagram at Malc and Ron Show. Make sure y'all tune in to our takes and stuff. Just know Ron just takes some crazy takes, so just tune in. Just don't really take it as a grain of salt. Just tune in.
Thanks for tuning in,
See y'all
guys.
later, though.
Good one.
All right.